Well, to discuss, we're joined now by academic and political analyst Gilbert Achcar, author of the book Gaza Catastrophe, the Genocide in World Historical Perspective. Thanks for being with us on the programme this evening, Gilbert. Firstly, we're seeing these denials from Israel repeatedly that there is no famine, people are not starving in Gaza. Are we in fact seeing a famine being played out on our TV screens, and why is the world failing to act?
Well, that's a very good question. Good evening, first of all. That's a very good question, and that is part of this failure to act, as you say, of the world. And when you say the world, of course, that's not South Africa, that's not the global South. We're speaking of the United States, first of all, because that's the country that has the most leverage over the Israeli state, and then other Western countries that have been traditional allies of the Israeli state. And their failure to recognize what is happening, to call it by its name, because that's obviously a genocide today, most recently to Israeli organizations, Physicians for Human Rights, and B'Tselem, the major organization for human rights in Israel, acknowledge the genocidal character of what their own state is perpetrating. The reports the title was "Our Genocide," and that's absolutely terrible. And yet you have had this absolutely appalling organized starvation now going on for several weeks. And it's only now that they are, awakening and paying lip service to the need to confront this atrocity. So yes, you're right to pose the question, and the answer is in the question itself. It's part of this. Lack of empathy, total lack of empathy with the Palestinians that has been with us from the beginning of all this.
And Gilbert, you mentioned the fact that two human rights groups in Israel have accused their own country of committing genocide. How significant was that for you? And does it suggest that public opinion in Israel itself is beginning to change?
It would be difficult to say that, because these organizations have not been reflective of the mood of the public opinion in Israel. But I would say what is even more striking is the fact that two major Jewish organizations in the United States, the key organizations of the Reform Judaism, plus the American Council for Judaism, have expressed their sorrows, and even more than that, for Reform Judaism, with regard to what is happening in Gaza, to this starvation, and that tells you a lot about the fact that the Western public opinion, including in the United States itself, including the Jewish organizations in the United States, are starting to find this absolutely intolerable. And that is why, that explains the change of tone of someone like the US President, Donald Trump, on this issue, and other Western leaders. Keir Starmer, you had you started the news with this, but this is a very belated and still only conditional gesture, and this is only a gesture, nothing more than a symbolic gesture that coming, from a country that has been cooperating militarily with the Israeli state and refusing to stop this collaboration.
And what do you make, though, of the timing of it? You mentioned Donald Trump there, you mentioned Keir Starmer. This announcement this evening, it's coming just after Keir Starmer held talks with Donald Trump earlier this week, and seemingly it's being reported that he gave his blessing to the UK Prime Minister to go ahead and announce that he was going to recognise the state of Palestine. Does that suggest to you that we're starting to see something shift within Donald Trump that might suggest it's more than just a change of tone?
Well, I'm not sure Trump gave Keir Starmer any blessing for that. And the fact is that Starmer has been under pressure from his own party people, from his own cabinet, actually, several ministers of his own cabinet, to do something about that. And he came out with this kind of compromise solution. Okay, we will recognize a Palestinian state, whatever that means today, not much to be frank, in September, provided Israel, under the condition that Israel or unless Israel, sorry for that, unless Israel accepts a ceasefire and gets into some kind of peace process. And this is really, in my view, a very pitiful compromise. Not even having the courage of the very minimal courage of saying, like the French president, that this recognition will happen without provisos or conditions, and this is coming at a time when the so-called Palestinian state, this is purely a mirage. I mean, what state are we talking about? You know, the surface in which the Palestinians of the West Bank and Gaza are confined has been shrinking over time, dramatically recently in Gaza, but over a much longer period of time in the West Bank. The population is being decimated in Gaza. I think it's rather indisputable today that we are witnessing a genocide there. And therefore, what kind of state can emerge from such conditions? I mean, at the very best, that would be some kind of Bantustan with even less sovereignty than the South African Bantustan of yesterday at the time of the apartheid regime, and under full Israeli control.
Gilbert, we'll have to leave it there for now. We do appreciate you joining us this evening. That is academic political analyst and author Gilbert